Hey folks, I'm back with another video on this series. I'm actually working on adding some vehicles into the game. I obviously, after the last video, I have a couple of things that I really need to do. One of which is to since I redid the animation with motion matching, I really need to bring in the aim offsets because my aiming is completely broken on my soldier character. But I don't really feel like doing that. It's been a while since I've been able to touch this, and I don't want to do something like that. That's kind of boring. The other thing I need to do is bring in the gameplay ability system. That's also going to be pretty boring, so I don't really feel like doing that today. So I think what I'm going to do is bring in a couple tanks and see if I can get them implemented. But before I do that, I want to make this quick video here. A couple people have asked about how I got the JSBSim aircraft to work in multiplayer, how I got them replicating, and so I wanted to show that very quickly. In this plugin, we have the JSBSim movement component, and if we take a look at this class, at this header file, actually I don't think it's actually in this particular header file. Let me take a, well, there is some work I did in here, which is think down. I had to add the method to do the replication in here. Just get lifetime replicated props. I had to add that. Let me see. Did I make any? I don't know if I marked any of the properties in here. Yes, I did. So aircraft state, I marked it as replicated. There may be, yeah, there's a few others. Engine commands, engine states, the tanks, fuel tank status. There may be a couple others. But I marked, really all you really need is the control surfaces. So really, and the landing gear. So I probably don't need the tanks. Probably don't need the engine commands or engine states, really. Don't need the commands, even though I'm replicating them. What I really need here is the aircraft state. And if we look at in here, I think that class is in here, yep. You can see it's got all the stuff that I'm using to animate the different control surfaces. So this is really the main thing that needs to be replicated. And the thing is here, I don't even need probably most of what's in here. So if you were going to do this right, you'd probably break out a separate class, a separate struct, and call it, you know, JSB control surfaces or something like that, and just put in the you know, the control surfaces so that you could animate them. But I just wanted to see it work, so I didn't bother with any of that. So I'm just replicating the entire aircraft state. So I've marked that. I've marked what I wanted to as replicated. I've added this this function definition down here, and if we look at the C++ file, you can see I'm then doing the do rep lifetime just like I do with anything else, you know, the character, anything else that I'm replicating. So that's that setup. Now there's one more thing. So that takes care of the control surfaces, so you can see the different parts on the aircraft move across the network. But there is one more thing to handle, and that is the movement of the aircraft itself. And it's been a while since I've done this, so bear with me for a minute as I look for it here. There's a function. None of these. That's the landing gear. Landing gear. Here we go. Maybe this. Update local transforms. No, this isn't it. Do trim. This copies the properties from the JSBSim into the structures. Let's see what we got here. Prepare JSBSim, that's probably just initializing everything. Well, there's another initialize method there, so I don't know what the difference is between initialize and prepare, but I'm going to ignore that. Let's see. Tick. Let's look at what the tick does. Yes, down here, transform the aircraft into the UE frame from the coordinates. If we look down here, originally these two methods were getting called, and this basically just sets the location and rotation of the aircraft in world space. And I replaced it with another method called server set location and rotation. And if we look right here, I've declared this as server reliable, and it takes a location and a rotation in. And so now I'm calling that method, and if we all I'm doing is calling this set actor location and rotation, but it's happening on the server, so it's automatically then replicating down to the clients, and that's all I did. So this is probably not the proper way to do this. The proper way is probably to look at how something like the character movement component or the projectile movement component. Take a look at, actually projectile movement component is probably the best one to look at. Take a look at that, see what it does to replicate across the network and do the same thing. But this was my quick and dirty way to get it working, and it definitely works. You can see the aircraft move, and you can see all the control surfaces move, and so that's how that's working. So I just wanted to do that quick video because a couple people have asked. So that's how that's working, and I'll upload this and then hopefully get to work on loading some tanks into the game. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.